I am 23 years old, at least for the next 5.5 hours. So, in my final moments of being younger than Orson Welles when he made Citizen Kane, I thought, why not document myself? I did consider not doing this, another me at X age video, but so much of my life has changed since I turned 22, since I graduated university, and since the big Rona hit. What really tipped me over the edge though was just how lovely a rhyme the title would be. So here's me at 23. Here's my favourite mug, well, my face. In this annual skin check, I've noticed my skin has cleared up a lot. Not sure if that's just age or diet or actually rocking a fairly serious skincare routine, but it's come a long way since I first started filming, this uncomfortably close anyway. I'm overdue a shave, but this is a good chance to see my state of facial hair. Still a long way to go before I get the full beard, but again, it's progress. These are my newest glasses, which are a bit out there from my usual style, but I can't see them when they're on, so that's fine. My hair is the longest it's been in a long time. I'm growing it out for a video, but also because barbers have been closed for lockdown. To be honest, I kind of like the longer hair look, even if it takes ages to dry and I actually have to comb it. Not that I do enough really, because I'm rocking headwear most of the time, whether it be a hat or a beanie or the newest addition, a headband. Really just anything that'll keep the hair out of my eyes. I'm a full-blown vegan, and I think I have been since the end of university. I have found enough alternatives to all the things I miss from a carnivore diet, and it's so much easier now. Companies are dropping alternatives left, right and centre. Bourneville is my go-to chocolate, cedarwood is my go-to cheese, and Linda McCartney is a genuine staple of my diet, along with the OG Heinz beans. I probably eat one of those last two once a day at least. My current obsession of the month is Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or as my mum calls them, sparkly bits of cardboard. I'm not sure why it's become such a guilty pleasure, maybe because it's something from my childhood or just something to do whilst being stuck indoors, but I'm loving buying and doing something that has nothing to do with productivity or work or output at all. C3PO is on the way out. I've still got the iconic lamp, now accessorised by one of Angie's newest plants, and the plants have taken over my reading corner a bit, but I still like to hop into the beanbag to journal. I think I've solidified the journaling habit and have filled out lots of them. This is the one I'm currently using. Journaling has really helped me get through a lot during the pandemic, and even if it's just a couple of sentences, I try and do a little bit every single day. Likewise, whilst in lockdown 3.0, I am reading like crazy. I read about 36 books in 2020, and I've read about 15 in 2021 already, though a lot of these are the Cherub books on my Kindle. I also still rock Audible on my morning walks, but I no longer feel the need to listen religiously on double speed. I can now tip down to 1.5 or even 1.3. Living wild, I know. My favourite films I've seen at the age of 23 are Singing in the Rain, The Young Girls of Rochefort, and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I've not really bought many clothes in the last few years. I'm still rocking the blue jacket, even though the pockets are just destroyed. Here's my shoe check, an updated version of the same old shoes, and some Dr. Martens that I'm currently wearing in. These were an early birthday gift. And then I'm rocking Uniqlo slippers, which has fast become my go-to shop for clothing.
What are you doing?
I have 2 new pairs of trousers I wear when I actually leave the house, both from Uniqlo as well. I've also got the turtlenecks bought for the Dawn Chorus, but I still have the PTA hoodie, although it's cracked and quite dingy. Apart from that, it's the same sort of lot as the last few years, with the addition of this white jumper, this jumper courtesy of Craig, and this courtesy of Iz. Of course, I mostly just rock my fave pyjamas, even when in work meetings. Speaking of work, I've finally saved up enough for a standing desk. It's been a bloody pipe dream of mine for years and years. My office space is probably where I spend most of my work hours and most of my life under lockdown. I love my mechanical keyboard, my mouse, my headphones stuck onto an SD reader, and I don't know if it's just the pandemic, but I find myself jumping all over the place with thoughts and getting pulled away a lot into other tabs, but having a notepad just reachable distance has helped massively. After university, I quickly fell into freelance YouTube editing. My current regulars are Iz Harris and Answer in Progress, with the occasional surprise client here and there. I do want to prioritise my own videos again too, so I'm investing more time into building myself into whatever direction that may be. I'm living in Bristol. I moved back here a fortnight before lockdown 1 began to live with 3 lovely filmmaker flatmates. We've also added my partner in crime Ange to the mix for the past couple of months. We share a small bedroom which doubles for Ange's office space. Here she can write poetry for her zine that's coming out very soon. I keep my film bits above the bed in quite a mess. If they fall, at least I'll die doing what I love, owning too much film kit. My friends are dotted about, which is usually fine, but now most of our livelihood happens via laptop screens, just like the old days of small YouTube. I'm so grateful I have people to live with in real life though, even if we have to shop separately. I've not been able to truly deep dive into Bristol because of the state of the world, but I'm glad to be back living independently and staying creatively busy even when there's sod all to do. It's still one of my favourite cities, even when the lights are off. With this involuntary year off, my goals and dreams have been put on hold a tad. I can't shoot the Angle Complex or any ambitious short films until the world returns to normal, but I try and pop some weekly goals up on the whiteboard, but they're just loose and a prompt in the right direction. I'm a believer in just riding the wave now, but I do gotta have some sort of direction or I'll end up playing Tetris or YouTube just all day. I'm scared of getting too complacent with this rhythm. I'm scared of not doing enough, but also I'm working on not being too hard on myself, particularly whilst everything's on fire. Spending this year working on acceptance and forgiveness is huge, and doing wonders all round for my mental health. The importance of being my own best friend. That's the thing I want to remember when I look back at 23-year-old me. Things are unlikely to get better for a while, but that's okay, because I'm still learning and growing and trying to take care of myself. Thanks very much for watching. Feel free to look at me at 22. I will leave a link for that now. You can click it if you want to. Don't feel you have to, but you can. It's your life and your time, and I have zero authority over your actions. What am I doing?
Dunno, bro.
Dunno, bro.